Welcome back, everyone. You know, there's no denying that Latin music in recent times has been seeing a massive global explosion backed by all kinds of record-breaking sales, sold-out concerts, and probably more importantly, acceptance in mainstream culture. I took a deeper dive into a movement that has turned the music industry on its head, and I sat down with one group of artists currently at the top of this wave. The last time we saw and heard Latin recording artists gaining a global following was in the early 2000s. Stars like Shakira, Mark Anthony, and Ricky Martin, for example, crossed over, singing in English to appeal to an American and international market. What we're seeing now is very different. Artists, mainly in the reggaeton or urban Spanish as well as Mexican regional genres, are dominating the mainstream charts, singing in their native language, Spanish. Perhaps the most popular is Latin superstar Bad Bunny. He's officially become Spotify's most streamed artist ever, with tens of billions of streams worldwide in the last 3 years. Also making waves on stream, Grupo Frontera. Originally from South Texas, the band who performs traditional Mexican music known as cumbias with an urban twist has recently broken their own records. The group has sold out shows and has even had a hit collaboration with Bad Bunny called 1%.
Me queda 1% y lo usaré solo para decirte lo mucho que lo siento.
It's a song that earned them the #1 spot on global charts several weeks in a row just this past summer.
Every time we all hit the stage, I think we all just flip that switch, you know.
We recently caught up with the band while on tour to chat about this movement.
You guys have pinch yourself moments every single day.
Every day.
Every day.
We talk about it all the time.
We did Coachella this year. It was, and for us, it's a blur remembering that day. But we have to go back to YouTube and watch the video all the time.
So then, what's in the water? Why is this happening then, and why is it happening now?
Yes, we had to. Because they had to. It was about time.
I think it was perfect timing.
Yeah. I feel like it was at a point where everybody was looking for something new, and there was a bunch of like genres and like different types of styles of music that were already so big and were growing, but nobody's heard what we had.
At this sold-out show in Austin, Frontera's fans left no question to the kinds of crowds they draw. It was the same kind of turnout in Fort Worth for another artist who has also collaborated with Frontera and has cemented himself as a global chart topper. His name, Peso Pluma. He, along with Eslabon Armado, took the crown for the summer's most listened to song globally on Spotify. It's called Ella Baila Sola.
It makes me proud of like the Mexican culture because all that was popular were like American singers. So, I don't know, it feels cool.
It's big representation for us.
With over 62 million Latinos in the U.S. alone, as of recent census data, the idea of representation in mainstream culture is something many fans of this music say is important to them. It's why they support it. It's also why streaming platforms like Spotify say this wave is just getting started.
We're living through unprecedented times. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Michael Sanchez is Spotify's U.S. Latin head of artists and label partnerships.
What kind of conversations are you having? How are you all describing what seems to be this giant that has woken up and now turned the entire industry on its head?
Listen, we've known this was coming, so the conversation is always what's next. How do we take this to the next level?
Numbers from the Recording Industry Association of America show Latin music revenues hit an all-time high of more than $1 billion in 2022. This year's numbers are expected to be even higher, a mind-blowing fact for music executive and pioneer of Latin music in the U.S., Emilio Estefan.
Different times. I'm so glad that it's a different time because for us it was so hard at the beginning, because even when you come with a different name or last name, or you come with a different kind of music, I mean, one person will decide in a record label if this will happen or don't happen. Now we have internet.
He says social media platforms and on-demand streaming have both played a major role in this trend.
I think because technology, go back to that, I mean, it helps so much to bring unity about people and not be a little bit not be that much discrimination like we used to have.
We got new music from Bad Bunny.
A sentiment echoed by Kiss FM staple and national DJ JC Chavez.
Music is a feeling, right? So I think people are starting to realize that you don't have to understand what the lyrics are. As long as music moves you and you feel what they're trying to get at, it'll connect with you.
We get so many messages from parents telling us that their kids that don't know any Spanish are singing our songs, and that's pretty cool.
Whether it's the culture, the sound, or just a thirst for something new,
Goals, we're always going to try to make the music that we like, you know? We're going to keep doing what we love doing.
Latin music fans and artists all agree these sounds and the force that drives it will continue to set records and influence mainstream culture. Just so you all know, guys, Nicole's got some moves. She was over here dancing the whole time, so she's down with the music. Bad Bunny, who we talk a lot about in the piece, today, matter of fact, he's dropping his 5th album, his 4th last summer.
Yeah.
That's credited really with the album that really globally just changed the entire sort of paradigm, the shift in Latin music. And this one, this 5th one, expected to be just as big. So this is going to keep going.
I think too, this is part of a larger conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, think back, I don't know, 20, 30 years, Selena was like the first major crossover artist from Tejano music. And now you have all these top A-list stars that people actually know.
But again, even in Selena's time, you know, what she was doing at the moment, she was singing in English.
Yes.
I mean, that's what you had to do to break in so that you could get this acceptance with mainstream culture and markets. But now, all of these, they're all doing it in Spanish. They're saying, I speak Spanish, I sing in Spanish, this is what it sounds like, do you like it or not?
Yeah.
People are saying, we love it.
The representation really matters, and it's authentic.
Absolutely.
Nothing has to change. Ken, that was a great story. Thank you.